So hello to all of you. As last time we have discussed about the keyword research and keyword optimization, how it's very important in the content optimization. That was the part 1. And in the part 2, today I'm going to share and discuss about how you can leverage the Google NLP and optimize your content to get best out of it. Okay. So let me share the thing about Google NLP, that NLP stands for natural language processing. As we all know about Google already using the NLP in their search results and all other research and analysis things. NLP is a machine learning technology that understands the data information to know how reliable it is and how it relates to natural language. As every day we do a lot of search on the Google, and Google always interprets this process and query across multiple languages, intents, and display the results in a fraction of seconds. Let's understand the complete process to know how this algorithm works. So Google integrated into search engine this NLP, and this is known as BERT. And Google NLP algorithms apply at scale across languages and domains to improve search results in mobile apps, ads, translations, and more. So Google already integrated this NLP into search engines when the Google launched the BERT update, and this BERT update is known as bidirectional encoder representations from transformers. So this NLP model, how does this help? It's not something like that Google first time this introduced this NLP update with the using of BERT update. Google already implemented such kind of updates when the Smiths and Lambda AI language models. But this is the time when Google follow the NLP updates within a different way, like to give the more precise results. And this is not something just to understand the content phrases, but even the Google try to find out the context of the sentence to determine if it's better than the results already ranking in the top positions. So how this is going to help, like if you are on the top position and there's some other also that would like to get the top position, but the Google BERT update understand is the really the top position have that information that user is looking for, and if there is more other results that can help users to get more better information, then definitely these person also needs to get some chances. So this particular bidirectional update, how this Google is using. So there's a different parameters. Basically I have just sharing the few of them, and to help you to understand how this particular NLP system works. So first is that we can say about syntax analysis. What is the syntax analysis? Syntax analysis is like something when the Google NLP try to understand the parts of speech and the dependency trees. Like if I'm talking about there's a phrase or sentence or paragraph, then Google NLP understand what are the parts of speech you have in your particular paragraph, like noun, pronoun, and all these stuff. Okay, and then dependency trees, like how they are all linked together. What is the relation between the dependencies? How this particular noun depend to the pronoun and adjectives and doer, these all particular things. Then the sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis is like when Google NLP always try to understand what is the emotion of your particular sentence and what is the weightage of your particular sentence in your particular in your content. So that particular thing is NLP is always try to understand with the sentiment analysis. And then we come to the entity analysis. Entity analysis is something when NLP try to understand what are the different entity you have mentioned in your content. That is about person, location, date, year, organizations. I'll show you like how the Google understand and how the entities and all will come later on in the same video. Next we come to the entity sentiment analysis. Entity sentiment analysis, like as the Google NLP were doing syntax analysis and relation with the different parts of speech, the similar way in entity sentiment NLP would like to understand the relation between entities. So what are the relations that we have in our content between the entities? Next we come to the text classification. Text classification is like Google is trying to segregate or like define the different categories on the basis of your content. Like if you're talking about a medical content, if you're talking about healthcare, if you're talking about the nature, if you're talking about the digital marketing services or IT services, if you're talking about a product, if you're talking about a software, if you're talking about guns, if you're talking about something else, then Google always NLP try to understand your content tone and define your content in a different category segment. So like this content is according to the tone, this particular weightage, and it's going to in that particular categories as well. So one content can go in a multiple categories. Next, we come to the mum update. So it's an advanced version of BERT due to the quality voice, video, and image search algorithm. When BERT algorithm was more focused on the content and context analysis, and when I'm talking about the mum, then mum is more advanced version to do their NLP process and insight with the voice search, video search, image search algorithm as well. And I'm talking about the mum, then it's also trained to 75 languages simultaneously to understand them. With the previous method, each language was trained in its own language model. So the mum is like it's one model that can understand the 75 languages in a single model, right? Now we are trying to understand the different tools that you can use to optimize your content with the help of NLP. So first we will understand a content for different two portals, okay, for the search results, and then we will see what are the changes that we can do in that particular content. So let's open these tools, and also I'm going to visit on google.com and let's search something. So now I'm going to search any like I would say the sales specific companies or services that we can look forward. So like let's say buy health insurance online for family. Okay, so why I'm searching, why I selected this particular search, because it has some transaction and e-commerce search intent. So let's open our first result and then we will compare it with the another result that we are seeing on a 6th page or 7th page or any page. So let me open this SDF. So let's understand this page content first. So what I'm going to do, I'm just copying this off content and search on Google this particular tool. Okay, this is the Google NLP tool defined by them. So I'm just not copying to the specific content. I just copied all of the content. Okay, so the one other method that you can do, you can just copy the related content. It will take time, so that's why I just copied all of the content to just give you an idea about it. So you can use this particular tool, and here you can see these particular are the entities in your content. Okay, these are the entities in your content, and the entities is like, so you can understand like, do you really want this particular term as an entity? If it's not, then you need to update your content, you need to optimize your content. So like if I say, so here, so you can see the 6242426242, this is an entity according to Google, but if this is a number, then definitely it should be. But if it's not, then it should not be the entity. See, there is also one more step that you need to understand. So that I'll show you another different tool. Let's come to the sentiment. Here in the sentiment, you can see that every particular sentence have their own score and magnitude. So score is something like, for every sentence, Google NLP provide a score, like what is your emotional value or emotional intent of that particular content. So if you see there's a negative score and this is also a negative, then there's some improvements is required. Okay, so here are the text categories that we were talking about. So your content category stands in two categories only, that is the health insurance, and the second is products reviews and price comparison. I think there should be more categories for this. Okay, so now let's compare the second website content. Okay, so here we can see the entities, and definitely the entities you need to check it out, like what are the right entities that you are getting. So here you can see the yellow ones, the number of the yellow score is greater than the green one, but in the last one we have seen the green score was great, and but here we the one benefit is that the red score is also less. And also one more thing that you can see, the content length on the first result page, we were having the lot of content and the differentiate the different things, but here we have see the limited of content. And also this page is not in that particular depth that he's talking about, right? Secondly, we need to see the categories. So in the categories you can see, okay, so the health insurance, right? Health policy, definitely. The health, medical facilities and services, definitely the three categories, both of three of them are fine. So what are the understanding and the learning for the health SDFC Ergo, like to improve their categories for the health policy and medical facilities and services and other. So these are the learnings that you can compare with the different competitors and improve your text categories as well. So some of them is good, some of them are good for SDFC Ergo, some of them is good for the Signal. So now let's come to the second tool. This particular tool helps you to understand how your different entities are linked all together. So let's start with Signava. I just copied this content already and putting in this tool. So here you can you will have an so here you will get more idea about entities relations. I just copied this particular content and entered into, but it has a word limit, but this content is too long, so I just removed some content and let's see if it works. Okay, so now it's processing. Till the time, let's understand this one. Okay, so here you can just zoom out and understand what is going on. Okay, so you can see for the one circle, this is specifically for the United States of America. I'm not sure why this US is showing here, so let me just control U and if we're fine, where is the United States of America? Because this page is not for the United States of America, but why it was talking about, there is no content like this, then why this is showing? Okay, so to understand why this is showing, I'll go to entities and I'll search for okay, that's why this is it was linked to USA, the Cigna Healthcare of Arizona and North Carolina. So the company is basically operating in this country as well. So it's not only that operating in India. Okay, so if you go here and check the graph again, so they are operating in those particular cities. So that's why this particular linked with America. So if you search with Arizona, you will definitely, I'm sure that I'll find that detail here. Okay, so here you can see the Arizona. So they define these particular different companies, so that's why the USA linked over there. Now let's come to the this particular. So here you need to understand, like, do you want to showcase this information? If you really want your page to be targeted, but if this information is useful, you must show. Now let's come to understand what this page is mainly focused about. So here you can see this page seems like focusing to Cigna, but Cigna, here the Cigna defined the categories like medical organization, healthcare companies, categories to financial services, categories to insurance companies, categories to health insurance companies. And the customer is Novartis and partnership with MD Live. Competitors is Vagreens and the MD Live has partnership with Microsoft. So here if you see the content is not basically talking about the health insurance plans. Do you understand? This particular entity, I don't think this is talking about the health insurance plan. So let's understand this particular page entities. This is also that not that much informative about the health insurance services. This is also talking about the HDFC Ergo categories, founder locations, HDFC Bank, Optimus Secure, medicines and all. Okay, so what is the learning? Like learning is that you can understand how the entities are linked. Okay, so if there is something, any entity that you find it not linked in a way that you want, so you need to change and update that content in that particular town. So here are the entities you can see. So here you can see the taxes. This particular entity, the NLP took it as location, administrative area, country subdivision and constitute states. So here you can see the entity details, but it has some limit. Cigna Healthcare, MD Live, your. Okay, so here यहाँ पे जो your है, so here you can see the your. So how this how the entity for this your. Okay, so we have a limit over here. I think so. MD Live. So, okay, if you click here, then you will find MD Live all clicked here, but you need to find this entity here. Okay, so now, okay, so MD Live is this particular organization. So when I click on your, then this entity is unknown. Definitely, that should be because yours is not an entity. Who? What is a who? That. But this particular content is taking entity. If this is taking, then you need to define like what is this entity. Okay. Now let's come to the categories. Okay, so let's not select any one. Oh, need to close it. So here you can see the categories: financial assistant and personal finance. And for the second one, if you check the categories, then insurance, personal finance and finance assistant. So it's like it will help you to understand how your entities are linked. Okay, so this is it for now, and we'll see you in the next video. In the next video we will discuss about more into technical SEO with two different tools, but that I shall there that two different tools, and I'll share these details later on. So stay connected. See you soon. Thank you.